Good evening. Welcome to CSBIA's Academy Current Affairs Bulletin. India deploys fighter light combat aircrafts, Tejas, on the Western Front amid border tensions with China. As you all know, we have border tensions with Pakistan and China. Indian Air Force today deployed our light combat aircraft Tejas. And Tejas was also got a appraisal from Prime Minister Modi on Independence Day speech. Modi ji have praised light combat aircraft Tejas, and you should know the details of Tejas like indigenously built light combat aircraft. It was built by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. So LCA light combat aircraft Tejas is very important for exam. Indian Air Force has deployed home developed, that is indigenous LCA Tejas on the western front. On the western front, that means on the west side of India's borders, along with the borders with the Pakistan. As you all know, we have escalated tension with China in the recent past in the borders, and also growing tensions with Pakistan. LCA might help India now, and at least it will act like a deterrence factor. Light combat aircraft Tejas deployment in that particular location will help as a deterrence factor. Next time, similar news is India is going to build new roads in the Ladakh region so that it is very easy to deploy the troops there. As you all know, the region is very rugged and difficult. So building new roads are very, very useful for India in future with respect to this. And today, one of the important news is COVID-19 misinformation on Facebook draws billions of views. We all know that in social media, more than genuine news, fake news are very popular. Fake news attract attention also, billions of views. Misleading health content has raked up and around 3.8 billion views on Facebook for misleading health content with respect to COVID-19. And fake content during COVID-19 have increased because of lockdown and because of fake news with respect to health issues, repercussions during COVID-19 treatment and other things. This is very important. So when social media is looming large in our life, we should be very careful in taking the accepting the or in adopting the news rather than trying to judge based on the news. So don't believe all the news which you get in the social media. Next important news is thousands of government email accounts hacked by China, Taiwan said today. The Taiwan government said today, government websites and government emails, government officials' emails of Taiwan have been hacked by China. At least 10 Taiwan government agencies and around 6,000 email accounts of government officials and others important personalities in Taiwan were hacked by China. See, China-Taiwan relations have a lot of tensions in the recent past, and China says that Taiwan is a part of China, but Taiwan says that Taiwan has a democratic setup and China has a communist setup. And the China-Taiwan relations, Taiwan earlier called as Formosa in 1949 when Communist China was formed. Chiang Kai-shek, the ruler at that time, have flew away to Formosa, Taiwan. So now Taiwan is saying that China is intruding into the rights of Taiwan, intruding into the government websites of Taiwan, all these things. Next important news is on August 18, 2020, Indian Council for Medical Research released a report, National Cancer Registry Program Report 2020. National Cancer Registry Report 2020. According to the report, in India, we are going to see increased number of cancer patients by 2025. In fact, by 2025 in India, 15.7 lakh people will be affected by cancer. And the report says that by the end of 2020, there were 13.9 lakh cancer patients in the country. 13.9 lakh. And the report is based on the studies made in the 58 hospital cancer registries between 2012 to 2016. So, tobacco related cancers account for 27.1% of Indian cancer burden in 2020. And women, mostly, particularly metropolitan cities like Hyderabad, Mumbai, Calcutta, are facing the problem of breast cancer. And the highest incidence of cancer in India was seen in Northeast region. Highest incidence of cancer in India was seen in Northeast region. And out of one out of four persons between the age of 0 to 74 in Arunachal Pradesh has a possibility of developing cancer. So between the age of 0 to 74, one out of four in Arunachal Pradesh has the possibility of developing cancer. And stomach cancer, lung cancer, mouth cancer, esophagus cancer is very no, they are regular cancers in males, whereas in females, cervix cancer, breast cancer are very popular. And with respect to breast cancer, Chennai, Hyderabad, Delhi, Bangalore have become infamous. So from Chennai, Hyderabad, Delhi, Bangalore, due to urban stress or might be pollution levels, women are getting breast cancer. Pink, there is a it is called pink, the pink movement to bring awareness about breast cancer. And the report says that in India, we have chemotherapy, radiation therapy for cancers. So in future, there is probability of more number of cancer patients. So lifestyle changes, quick diagnosis, and also good hospitals, world-class infrastructure is very, very important to face this type of cancers in future. In UPSC, diseases and disease-related questions in prelims and mains we can expect. So this is a report, ICMR report, which you need to note it down. Okay. Next important question. August 19th is the World Humanitarian Day. August 19th is the World Humanitarian Day. It was designated by UN General Assembly as such. UN General Assembly declared August 19th as World Humanitarian Day. So this year it is focusing on protecting various rights during COVID-19 crisis, access to healthcare, and saving the lives, saving the people from COVID-19 issues, all these things. This is the story. Actually, World Humanitarian Day was designated in memory of bomb attack on 19th August 2003 on the Canal Hotel in Baghdad, Iraq, where 22 people died. So the first time it was designated in the year 2003, August 19th, where there's a bomb blast where people died in Baghdad. So this is from 2003 onwards, we are observing this Humanitarian Day. World Humanitarian Day. Don't get confused with Human Rights Day. Human Rights Day is on December 10th. This is Humanitarian Day. And you need to understand more about that. There are many facts in the UN websites also, which I'm collecting and posting in our Telegram channel. Next important news, ARIIA Rankings 2020. ARIIA Rankings. Recently, Vice President of India released Utter Rankings of Institutions on Innovation Achievement 2020. Recently, our Vice President have released Atal Ranking of Institutions on Innovations and Achievement Ranking 2020. So this is an initiative by Ministry of Education. Earlier it is called Ministry of HRD. And ARIIA is to systematically rank all the major higher education institutions and universities in the country based on some criteria. What is the criteria on which ARIIA ranking will be given? So whenever you see some ranking, you should also know about the criteria. Just remember this: budget, expenses and support, infrastructure and facilities, awareness activities from promoting ideas of generation and innovation, promoting and supporting entrepreneurship development, IPR, intellectual property rights generation, technology transfer, commercialization, innovations in the governance of that higher education institution. This is the criteria. These are the criteria based on which ARIIA ranking will be given. And in India, IIT Madras bagged the first rank in the Institute of National Importance Central Universities category. IIT Madras bagged the first rank. In Institute of Chemical Technology Maharashtra topped the government and government aided universities category. uh, ICT, Institute of Chemical Technology Maharashtra, topped in government aided universities category. College of Engineering Pune topped the government aided colleges category. So likewise, there's a list. There's a list. You can follow the list, but this is important. ARIIA ranking is given by Ministry of Education. Ministry of Education. Don't call it as Ministry of HRD. It is called Ministry of Education from yesterday onwards. Next important news, National Recruitment Agency. In 2020 budget, we have seen our Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman pronouncing about National Recruitment Agency, establishment of NRA, National Recruitment Agency. Today, Cabinet have given nod for establishing NRA, National Recruitment Agency. National Recruitment Agency, though proposed in 2020 budget, it took 6 months time, 3 4 months time for this. You all know this because of COVID crisis. Cabinet approved this, and NRA from now on will conduct common eligibility test. Common eligibility test for what? For the selection of non-gazetted posts in the central government and public sector banks. For the selection of non-gazetted posts, don't think that it is for UPSC. For the selection of non-gazetted posts, it is non-gazetted jobs. Even in Group 2, there are gazetted jobs, non-gazetted jobs. In central services, we have Group A, Group B, Group C, Group D. Up to Group B gazetted, no NRA. From non-gazetted jobs, only for non-gazetted jobs. For selection of non-gazetted jobs in the central government and public sector banks. This decision will benefit job-seeking youth in the country. Every year, around 2.5 crore youth will be writing separate examinations, multiple examinations for various recruiting processes like Staff Selection Commission, Railway Recruitment Board, IBPS, banking sector. For all these things, they will be writing different exams. For example, if you are preparing competitive exam, even I wrote many competitive exams 1 year full. When you are preparing a competitive exam, generally students tend to write all the exams so that they'll get acquaintance and they'll also learn so many things and they'll get some job or the other. But this time, all these exams, there will be a common eligibility test or common entrance test like that. Once if you write an exam and if you pass the exam, get a merit list, your merit is valid for 3 years. You need not write multiple exams. You need not appear for multiple exams. So it will be transparent, it will be cost effective, it will be saving time and energy for the candidate. And for example, if I write some exam, like for example, if I want to appear for SSC, if I write the exam under NRA, so they may conduct mains for me. After getting this score, after this SSC Staff Selection Commission, they might conduct mains, they might conduct interview for me. Or for example, banking. So once you get eligibility ranking or merit in that particular NRA, then this will be considered, and in future they may directly conduct interview for me or they may ask me to write mains, but this merit will sustain for 3 years, so that if I fail in this exam or fail in this recruitment, I can get this scorecard to other recruitment also. So this is one advantage of that. And the next important thing, in if you see UPSC prelims mains interview, if you go up to interview also, if you did not get succeed in the interview, again you have to start from prelims. That process will not happen in this type of things because you can maintain the scorecard for 3 years. And the other important factor, which they have not discussed much, is even the state governments can use this score for the recruitment. NRA, National Recruiting Agency, can share this with the state governments also. If the state government have a cost sharing agreement, if they share the cost to conduct this examination and the entire process, even state government can have the access to the information of NRA scoreboard, so that they'll also recruit the candidates from NRA. So it means from now on, if you write a single exam, you can get that scoreboard from NRA. Even there's a possibility that you can get state government jobs also very easily with a single exam. So it is very advantageous, I can say. And next important, and remember, this is only for eligibility. You won't get right to employment once you pass NRA. If you pass the common eligibility test conducted by National Recruiting Agency, that does not mean that you directly get employment. Based on merit, they may conduct other test, that is mains test or interview. It is up to them. So this is important news today. And next important news is integrated regional offices for Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Integrated regional offices. There's a major organizational structure change in Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change offices across the country. 29 Ministry of Environment offices now have become 19 for better efficiency and reduction in administrative delays. What is this integration of regional offices? What is this integrated regional offices? Integrated regional offices means, for example, we have National Tiger Conservation Authority, we have Central Zoo Authority, we have Forest Survey of India, we have Wildlife Crime Control Bureau, Now all these offices will come under one single roof. All these offices will come under one single roof. There will not be any delay. There will be better coordination, and there will be integration of work, and more importantly, timely and effective delivery of services. Timely and effective delivery of services. And it is very easy for the stakeholders also, so that optimum utilization of resources can happen in a less time. And it is also very easy to access single office rather than multiple offices and duplication. So this is the advantage of having integrated regional offices. Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change now is undergoing a organizational restructure where 29 offices now are becoming 19. 29 offices now are becoming 19 integrated regional offices of the MOE Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Okay. For example, in Nagpur, National Tiger Conservation Authority regional office will be merged into Ministry of Environment office. So like that. Next important news, Mysore Zoo receives 3 African hunting cheetahs from South Africa. Mysore Zoo, African hunting cheetahs. 3 African hunting cheetahs from South Africa have landed in Mysore Zoo. Uh, Earlier, we used to have that, but Mysore Zoo, from last 2 years, there is no hunting cheetah. Hyderabad Zoo Park also have a pair of hunting cheetahs. So cheetahs are very important. Cheetahs conservation is also very important. Kindly read about cheetahs. Kindly read about cheetahs. Cheetahs almost in wild extinct in India. Extinct in India long back. So you need to read about cheetahs. Next important news: Indian Railways to use Ninja drones. Indian Railways to use Ninja unmanned aerial vehicles for security and surveillance. You all know that there are various issues in our railways, like railway protection, railway track protection, railway station premises, railway workshops. For all these things, without depending on manual or human resource, railway is now planning to have Ninja unmanned aerial vehicles, that is Ninja drones, for security and surveillance to monitor its assets and ensure the safety of passengers. The railways have procured Ninja unmanned aerial vehicles. Unmanned aerial vehicles, this is important. Next important news is Mauritius oil spill. You all know that 2 days back we have discussed. The Japanese ship entered into Mauritius waters, and there was an oil spill in Mauritius. India also helped Mauritius in that. Satellite images have captured that boats are trying to remove the wreckage of Japanese owned ship that was that spilled oil in the Mauritius waters. In fact, the name of the ship is MV Wakashio, Wakashio. You may get a question. What is MV Wakashio, which is in news recently? MV Wakashio. It actually hit a coral reef in near Mauritius. The name of the coral reef is Point D Esney. Point D Esney. Point Desny. So you might get a question on coral reefs also, because Great Barrier Reef in Australia, here the accident near coral reef, all those things. So marine environment, marine biodiversity, Mauritius economy, Mauritius tourism, all these things are dependent on this. No, and Mauritius is not well equipped to deal with that. It don't have that such a large scale oil spill management plan in Mauritius right now. So these are all the important current affairs. We'll meet tomorrow with other current affairs. Thank you.